Some of you might have heard a major interstate in LA caught on fire and they're closing it indefinitely. Now, this is huge for LA. Anything that's going to disrupt traffic that people travel on and they always have congested traffic. So LA braces for transportation crisis as part of Interstate 10 is closed indefinitely after massive blaze. It almost looks like I'm going to show y'all another picture a little later on. It almost looks like I-95 over in Philly when that burnt up. Mm-mm-mm. Los Angeles commuters were tested Monday after a massive weekend fire forced an indefinite closure of Interstate 10, one of the city's major traffic arteries. Mayor Karen Bass described the situation as a crisis for a city already notorious for its traffic woes. She urged travelers to prepare for delays and plan alternative routes while the interstate remained shut down in both directions near Alameda Street in the city's downtown area. Ahead of Monday morning commute, a citywide alert was sent to residents' cell phones warning the freeway will be closed indefinitely and to expect significant traffic. More than 300,000 people travel through the freeway corridor daily. So it's a significant part of the economy to the health and safety of Los Angeles. California Governor Gavin Newsom said the impact of our schools to vulnerable communities, all of that we take very seriously, and we're sober and mindful of the urgency to get this open. The city is scrambling to assess the safety of the road and repair the damage caused by a raging fire at a storage yard early Saturday that spread under the freeway to ignite a second storage facility, ultimately engulfing about 80,000 square feet and destroying several vehicles, according to the Los Angeles Fire Department. There is no estimated time for reopening the stretch of the interstate, but Bass warned Sunday that the issue is not going to be resolved in 1 or 2 days. Now, I'm going to show y'all what it looks like after the fire was put out. Okay. So here it is after the fire. You can look down on the ground and see where it's scorched. It looks a lot like I-95 when that caught on fire. Boy, when these things happen, you never realize how much you depend on these highways to get back and forth to multiple places, not just your job. So this is what it looks like now, and they said it's closed down indefinitely. So the state transportation department urged commuters to work from home or take public transportation if possible. Nearby school bus routes are also likely to change, though public schools will remain open, the LA Unified School District announced. The Port of Los Angeles warned travelers to prepare for heavy traffic Monday morning, flagging updates and alternative routes. Newsom has declared the state of emergency for Los Angeles County due to the closure and said the state would assess the damage and begin making repairs as soon as the site could be assessed. So the transportation secretary, Pete Buttigieg, said in a statement that he was in touch with California officials, adding the federal highway administrator is expected in Los Angeles on Monday. The cause of the massive fire remains unclear despite the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection completing its portion of the investigation, and now work begins in determining the safety of a bridge burnt in a blaze, officials said during a news conference Monday. Right now, we do not believe it will collapse, John Yang, deputy district director for the construction for the California Department of Transportation, said of the damaged section. Okay. So, a line of about 100 columns on the bridge damaged during the fire are being inspected as part of the process. Tony Travaris, director of the Transportation Department, said during a news conference the bridge is 5 lanes in each direction, and the affected area is around 450 feet long, Yang explained. This is a very wide bridge. Photos of the aftermath by the state shows black stains. Wow. I'll show you this other photo um, left behind by the blaze and concrete patches missing from columns, exposing metal pieces and the inner portion of the support column. Okay, so wow, that just looks awful. Mm-mm-mm. So the hazmat teams will work around the clock to clean up the damage on Interstate 10, according to Newsom, who said the scale of the fire's damage substantially greater than the collapse of the portion of Interstate 95 in Philadelphia in June. You name it, we saw it, stored at this site, said Newsom, who toured the location Sunday. Wooden pallets, cars filled with gas, and boxes of oranges have been found under the Los Angeles Bridge, officials said. The crews are working to take core examples from the foundation of the freeway all the way up to the bridge deck. We have no concern for worker safety, people working underneath the interstate. So the firefighters responded to reports of a fire around 12:30 a.m. Saturday at about 200 by 200-foot storage yard with pallets, trailers, and vehicles well involved in the fire. Yeah, and in this photo you can clearly see a scorched up van. So the wind pushed the heat and the flames under the freeway and across the street, ignited a secondary storage yard. Okay. These images are just crazy looking at this. I'll show you this one. Wow, what a mess. Ooh, that looks like that was a really treacherous fire. So this is an aerial shot of the area. So they said so far there has been no injuries reported due to the blaze, according to the fire chief. So they were asking the reporters why the flammable materials were allowed to be stored under a bridge. The governor said that's all being assessed. So Newsom said the tenant of the site is in violation of their lease. We're in litigation. Their lease has expired. Wow. So they were in there, their lease expired. We have been aggressive in addressing concerns as it relates to the lease itself. Officials believe the tenant sublet the space with multiple subleases. That's part of the litigation posture, Newsom said. Okay. Yeah, that is strange that they would allow that. You would let somebody have flammable materials under a bridge. That's definitely not a good idea. So y'all, tell me what you think, and if you are out in LA, because I know I got a following out in LA, let me know if this impacts your commute around LA now that, this section of Interstate 10 is closed. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.